Welcome to the Daily Vibe.
With your daily dose of consciousness. What type of being do you want to be? Do you want to operate from your heart?
Your heart either leaps for it or it doesn't.
Us guys out there who are more fire, that yang or yang energy.
Wait, girls can have fire too.
The media is focusing on these little pockets around the planet where like bad stuff's happening right here. Look right here. Look at all the bad stuff that's happening right here. And they're not seeing the rest of the planet of all the awesome things.
What if you only do the things that your heart leaped at? So we're going to actually show you some decrees today. They're actually from the field of passion on an etheric level, translated into words and spoken to invoke more passion.
The planet is ascending. The planet's raising its vibration. Don't you think we should change?
As our DNA gets upgraded to the new golden race, we step into the new golden age of humanity.
Yes.
Yes.
The intuitive age. That was amazing!
Oh my God. Hello and welcome to the Daily Vibe.
With your daily dose of consciousness.
I'm Giselle Koy.
And I'm Rion.
So our show today is called Passion Party.
What is your passion?
So another word for passion, which is what I like to use, is creative jet fuel.
Yes.
What is more of a fueler towards what you want to do creatively than passion?
Yes.
It's a fantastic subject. It's overlooked a lot. And it's like what we need to move to bring in our highest creation.
I feel like what is it? Truly catalyst. You know, I feel like many of us down here right now are the catalysts among many gifted beings out here doing what we can do to jumpstart this consciousness and then push us back into the right space in the proper direction.
Yes.
Yes.
Everything here is about creativity. And what is creativity but bringing something into existence with meaning?
Yes.
And that's what many of us are working with their jobs. It may be scientific, it may be artistic, whatever, but bringing in creations with meaning.
Yes.
Yes. And we want those creations to be infused with passion because guess what? You can tell a difference if someone created something in passion or not. You can tell a book if someone wrote it and you know, somebody that's been working on a book for 50 years, like, I finally got my book out. It's probably gonna be boring if they've been working on it for 15 years and hammering it, and it wasn't just this.
It needs to flow.
It needs to flow, and it needs to have that thing that came through with the fire.
Yes.
With that, I have to get this out feeling.
Yes.
The other night, I had the pleasure of watching an opera. It was the New York Opera Company performing segments of Carmen. Carmen is this passionate thing where she comes out and she seduces, and then she has this lover that comes in and just bears his heart. It's the divine masculine, raw, powerful, demanding, vulnerable. Just, he was bringing it. It was like being pierced with this like passionate energy. And she was so dramatic in her divine femininity, receiving him, rejecting him, and just working all this out. It was like, I am watching one thing, and that is the passion of the human soul right here on stage. Yes. Opera does it so well. You know, people have a taste for opera or they don't.
Either you love it or you don't like it.
You love it or you don't like it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, to me, passion is when you're doing things in life that you truly want to do, when you truly find your purpose in life and you begin to walk on your path, when you truly enjoy creating, work no longer becomes work. Your passion becomes effortless as you create your reality. And I think that's what people really need to understand about passion. Passion, to me, you can be passionate about many subjects, many things. Working on yourself, enlightenment, opening your mind, learning a new trade, learning a new language, increasing, expanding your awareness. These are things that I put in the same category as passion. But truly, passionate, right? To be passionate towards all those around you, that's working on unconditional love.
So what are some other words for passion? I like extravagant enthusiasm.
I like blissful creation.
I like desire on steroids.
I like catalyst on steroids.
Okay, so what about if you just navigated your entire life based on desire? You're like, whoa, Desire has all of these connotations like desire is bad, you shouldn't go, you should go against. No, desire, it's like a clue from your higher self saying, this is the direction to go in. This is the way to go.
Yes.
And I love navigating a life through desire.
Yes, and desire, meaning that for me, desire, there's many desires out there of the lower chakras. Those are not which I speak of. I speak of desires in fulfilling your goals, fulfilling what brings you your greatest joy, your happiness, what brings happiness, joy, and success to those around you. I feel that is the type of desire I like to bring.
And that is the map to follow, the map of desire, that kind of soul calling, that kind of heart calling.
Yes.
As Bashar says it, as we've said before, follow your highest excitement, and that comes from your heart.
Yes.
A creation that's made with desire brings out a stronger energy because it's making a statement to the universe that this is what I want and this is what I want to bring through. And you know when you're on the path of desire, when you see something and you go, oh, that's what I want. We've all had that when we're sitting around in life, we're like, I don't really know what I want to do next, what's my thing? And then all of a sudden we are hit, we are struck by a passionate bolt of lightning, directing us, divine intuitive guidance. That's the way to go. And it never fails us because in the end you're going to go, I kind of really want to do that. Right.
And I think sometimes to reinvent yourself or to find that new, I like to call it the new, you need to sometimes get away from the same environment that you're having all this confusion with. Whether that be going away on a vacation for the weekend, getting out into nature, finding clarity, going to the beach. The point is to direct your desire, direct your passion into something that you truly wish to create for yourself or for others. It's very important.
Yes, and where do we see desire these days? In the media. Sports, hello.
Love sports.
Sports is all about a male being able to exhibit his passion.
Females.
Females as well.
Females love those sports.
What about Russell Brand? I feel like he's bringing his passion on stage and he's doing it in a very passionate way with his message.
Right, and I think that Russell Brand's done an amazing job in not only sharing his own experiences, but shedding light on some of these topics which have kind of been in the unconscious or swept under the rug, away from the public's understanding of actually how some of the things operate in this matrix.
Yes, great works of art through history.
Yes.
Mozart's Requiem.
Yes.
So passionate.
I like how Da Vinci hides all kinds of amazing things in the paintings and his devices to show you, hey, you might not get this right now, like when he made it, but a couple hundred years, 300 or 400 years from now, you should be able to pick that up.
Did you see the recent YouTube on what they discovered in Leonardo's Mona Lisa? They found out, they went and did through some scientific scanning, they saw 12 layers of glaze, and they realized that what he was doing, he would paint, he used no black, he would paint a layer of glaze, and then it would reflect off of the next layer of glaze, so it was like a series of 12 stained glass windows, actually putting light out.
Holographic.
Which made his paintings amazing. Was he next level?
Definitely.
We're not even at that stage yet here now.
Yes.
Yes.
They still
That's
can't.
a passion.
They still can't replicate the blades they found in China from the different dynasties, the Han Dynasty. The alchemists today and metallurgists today still can't figure out how this blade is so sharp and so light, and they can't replicate it today.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was how sharp it was?
It was the type of metal it was, how it was created. They cannot replicate it. There's many things as far as alchemy, consciousness, and knowingness from the old world, I should say, or the more refined world, depending on how far you go back. And so far as the technologies and things used back then, and how today, some of these build projects, some of these things, even today, the modern builders would say, hey, there's no way you could build this thing, even with all this equipment. So it's quite awesome to really think about how amazing we really are as a culture, as a species, and as a planet, that even in our modern age, we can't replicate some of the things that we can find on our planet.
And what about those times in our life when we're feeling no passion? We've all been there, we go through periods, and it just comes over, so it's like, you know what, I'm not really interested in doing anything. Well, a good thing to do is call on, retrace your steps, and find your passion blueprint. Everyone has one.
Yes.
And it's this little template that we come in with that is our little matrix that is a map to what our heart really, really wants to do in this incarnation.
Yes.
When I work with people individually, I take them through an exercise, and one of the things I like to do, and everyone can do it, is go back and remember what your first Halloween costume was. What was yours?
Superman.
Superman. Okay, that's not hard to follow.
No, it's not hard to follow.
Yeah, and I find that whenever I ask people what theirs was, it will reveal, and then they'll kind of like light up and go, oh yeah, I was like a baseball player, yeah. Or I was like, there's always something,
Right.
and it will kind of recircuit them back to when they came in with no filters, when they were a child that wasn't being told don't like this, or they weren't conditioned as to what their desire was.
Right, there was no programming. I find that actually when many people are working on their own ascension or they're on themselves, that clearing the programming of the old is what takes the duration of the time. It's not so much learning the new belief system or taking care of your body in the present, it's rather spending so much time clearing all of the poor programming or things that don't serve you that we've been propagated with and projected upon us since we get here. Yeah.
And you know what I found has been one of the biggest ones of those program? Our permission program. A lot of times at the root of us being connected to our creativity is not giving ourselves permission to want what we want. Think about it. If you, like in your secret mind of minds, went back and said, you know, I would never say what I really wanted. There's like a little
Right.
judgment. When you give yourself full access permission to actually want something that big,
Right.
that grandiose, that amazing, that's when that flow starts to happen.
Yes, and you know, manifesting your reality, imagining, dreaming of what you want to become. I know for a fact that when I don't speak my truth, or when many empathic people don't speak their truth, or many healers or angelic beings don't speak their truth, the throat chakra actually closes up. Same with some of us who really, you know, who can't lie, or people that have a huge deal with lying can't lie, you know, which can be detrimental at times, you know, but the issue is that you do not want your throat chakra to close up. So speak your truth, be who you are, and resist the projection and environment that we are all dwelling in. And to understand that in that resistance is actually that space you create to allow the new to come into you. It's important to hold your walls.
Yes, and there are certain energies that are conducive to bringing in this heart fire, this desire to create at this higher level. And one of those is the heart.
Yes.
And we have a thing we call the heart leaping test. And here's how it goes. It's so simple. Something comes up in life and you're like, your heart either leaps for it or it doesn't.
Right.
What if you only did the things that your heart leaped at?
And that's all you did.
What if that's all you did?
That's pretty amazing.
I would want to know you.
Yes, you'd be a pretty amazing person.
I would like to meet you if you only did what your heart leapt at.
Yes.
And there's been many people that I'm sure have done that. So another energy that is, it's a little more mysterious. There is not much information out there on it at all. We've had a personal experience with it that Rion's going to share with you, but it's called Vril force, and that's V-R-I-L. And you don't hear about it much because it's kind of been held in sort of like secret societies.
Right.
It's been used throughout the ages, starting with the oracles of Delphi back in Greece. And it's an energy outside of ourselves. We talk about Kundalini and Chi, and these are all cultivated within the body. Vril is something that exists out there that one can learn to bring in and use for very powerful manifestation and creations.
Here's a way I can explain Vril force for all those Star Wars fans out there. I think it might be the easiest way to explain it. Drawing Vril force to you, it doesn't come at you very fast. It's not an instant manifestation. Rather, it's a slow draw. Well, in Star Wars, they talk about midichlorians, which is all the things inside of every living cell that is alive, that is conscious. Well, the Vril force to me is actually being able to pull that type of energy to you, control it, manifest it, weave it, and then direct it where you want to go, or use it to, for what you want your creation. And it's a different type of energy and frequency to do such that. It's more of like a slow molasses type of a feel, and it's more dense than some of the other ways we manifest.
Some very important, powerful leaders of the world have used this for good and bad throughout history. Our personal experience has to do with
The negative side of that?
the negative side of that when we were working in Germany. Do you want to tell the story, Rion?
Me and Giselle went to Germany, when was that, last year?
December.
December of last year. And it was quite an experience. We had multiple activations, not only in Bavaria, Ruhpolding, but also in Salzburg Castle, Salzburg, Germany. And when we were up clearing Hitler's eagle's nest, we basically got a snapshot, a Blu-ray download of exactly what happened during World War II and how the Vril force was used through different
Females.
female Palladian, Syrian empaths that were held in a circle about 30 feet below the restaurant, currently in Germany.
What a weird place for a restaurant.
And they turned it into a restaurant, basically his eagle's nest. If you Google eagle's nest, you'll see what we're talking about.
It's a hotel also.
It's a hotel restaurant now. And anyways, they were manipulating the field old school. See, in today's modern age, they use Wi-Fi towers, cell phone towers, they have all kinds of HARP. They use all kinds of things to actually manipulate and manifest the frequencies through the airwaves. Well, back in the day, what you would have to do is actually get at a high point. Okay? Usually where 4 ley lines, 2 to 4 ley lines would cross, which is at the base of this mountain where Eagle's Nest is located. Okay? And you would actually kind of get up there, harness that energy too. You have some very high-powered empaths being able to pull information down or send information up and actually manifest, kind of like, imagine a very large radio tower, into the population and manifest what you want. Okay, it's a very old school sorcerer type of way to get what you want in a situation where you're dealing with a bunch of unconscious children. That's how I feel about it now, looking at it. So truthfully, the experience myself when I was there and cleaning it up, being one of the teams that have cleaned that area up, a lot of pain, a lot of transmutation was needed. We will show a little clip of of that in today's episode. But the main thing was that the manner in which you use energy, there is no such thing as good or bad energy. Truly, it's what are you repurposing that energy to do? What type of motivation do you have in doing something? What is your integrity in the action? These are the type of things to focus on, rather than all the story. What type of being do you want to be? Do you want to operate from your heart? Do you want to operate for the better good of all mankind, every sentient species on planet Earth? Do you serve all, or do you serve self? These are the questions you must ask yourself, and these are the true questions at the core of every single type of conflict on this planet. You have those that serve all. I want everyone to be awesome and raise the planet's vibration. That's what we're about. Then you have those that want to serve self. They only care about their selves, their individual motivations, and what they wish to create in this matrix. So there is no right or wrong answer, but understand that at the template level of the type of reality we are all playing in together.
So another way to bring in passion is to work with decrees. We have not mentioned decrees before, but decrees are incredibly special, okay? We have affirmations, we all know what that is. That is a positive statement. A decree is actually a rhythmic prayer spoken with the intention of bringing in very high spiritual energy. One of the things that I do as a service here is translate fields of light into decrees, where actually the ray of light or the beam coming in or the field or the frequency is translated into code, into light, into words. So we're going to actually show you some decrees today that are actually from the field of passion on an etheric level, translated into words and spoken to invoke more passion. So you ready?
Yes.
So these are the decrees of passion.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. I am the intoxicating ambrosia of all manifested fruits of creation.
I am the burning truth, searing the hearts of mankind into action.
I am the purple passion flower of all deep resonating centers.
I am the depth of your vision of purple, taken to its ultraviolet frequency.
I am the lightning bolt of divine inspiration, striking all chords of resonance.
I am the resounding universal idea.
I am the sparkle of cosmic consciousness.
I am the same drive of the Creator.
I am the divine manifestation of all conscious fruit.
I am the stem of all creative streams.
Do you feel the energy of that? You can actually feel the energy raise. It's like, well, plus you're using the I am presence. Anything, it's a declaration.
I put the awe in awesome.
That was
by Rion.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was my decree.
Yes.
I put the awe in awesome.
We're going to list these on the website, and you can use them as a rhythmic prayer to say for yourself. You just whip them out in the morning with passion, spoken with fervor, and bring the energy in.
I like mine. I put the awe in awesome.
Put the awe in awesome.
Thank you.
So how do we live with passion? How do we bring it in? Practical ways.
Yes.
Okay, I say number one, change your routine. Go to a different coffee shop. Go to a different dry cleaner, different grocery store. Drive to work a different way.
I would say save your money up, get a better gym membership that has a steam room and a sauna. I would say get up in the morning before work, have a smoothie, and walk 2.5 miles. I would say while you're at work, look, if you're not happy with where you're working, start sending in your different resumes and things into places that you do want to be at. I would say open your mind to new possibilities. I would say open your mind to a new way of thinking. Every single thing that you've ever wanted to do, make a list and start checking things off. There's no reason nor time to make these changes in your life than right now.
Put pictures up of what you want.
Yes, put pictures
and
up.
The old image book.
Yeah.
All that. You can make a map if you want, or you can just put pictures up of what you want.
I put up sacred sites on the wall all the time. Like, I'm going to go there.
That.
I want to go there. I want to check that out.
Recognize
Yes.
what you want and
Yes.
give yourself permission to want anything.
Yes.
It cannot be big enough.
Yes. It's actually a request to the universe, again, towards universal law. Ask and you shall receive. If you never asked for anything, do not complain about not receiving anything. And if you ask for something, you must meet the universe, or you've heard this before, meet God halfway. You must show effort. You must put one foot in front of the other. When you want something, it's not just a fleeting thought, like, oh, I really like that if that were to happen. No, when you think about something every day and you work on that, whatever that is, for 15 to 25 minutes every single day, you are working towards something that you want to create. So get off that fleeting moment stuff, that instant gratification, okay? Get more into, this is what I would like to do while I am here on earth. This is an experience I'm having as an eternal being in the physical. Start changing the way you perceive the world, and you will see what this world truly has to offer.
And maybe tonight, before you go to bed, ask your guides in dream time to show you a picture of something like an object that you may need to go purchase. It may be something simple or something to just show you and point you in the right direction
Yes.
of what your true calling is and what you're going for.
Whatever, follow your greatest passion. Do you like to paint? Do you like to play an instrument? Do you like to write? There's many things. Do you like to play sports? Should you go sign up in an adult league to play soccer with a bunch of people on Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of going to the gym? Find something that you like to do that is fun, that benefits you.
And if you want to read a book about this, you can always buy my book called The Modern Muse. It's a solid book about how to create and bring out your passion and how to live that way.
Yes.
Bringing out the muse inside of yourself.
Yes.
Because it is inside.
It's in there.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the crystal of the day.
Oh my God, what is it?
The Lemurian quartz crystal.
Lemurian!
The Lemurian, the old Lemurian.
The one with the bands that go horizontally across.
Exactly.
It
It looks a little foggy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the Lemurian crystals that have the bands that go horizontally across them, those are amazing, and they have stored information on them. So they're really awesome for taking places. I like to take Lemurian crystals, and there's a very specific one that actually has like a 4 or 5 point on top. And what you can actually do is when you go into sacred locations, you can actually copy and paste and receive downloads that your chemical computer can't process at that moment. So what you can do is always bring your crystal, right, I have a Lemurian right here, okay, on the back. When you go into a sacred location, either whether it be around the planet, a place you like to meditate, or even the museum when you're seeing ancient artifacts, it's always nice to take a Lemurian crystal in there with you, because you can always ask your higher selves and guides to record and download anything that's very prevalent to you in that moment. So you can later go home, a week or two later, download it, and in dream time process actually what you received. Some people, when they visit these sacred places, they're just taking pictures and moving through these locations so fast that their chemical computer, your brain, can't pick up on actually why you're there in the first place. So bringing a crystal with you gives you like a second little jump drive or thumb drive to record some of that information for you. Makes it a lot easier for all of your upper dimensional beings to actually give you that type of information, and makes it a lot more efficient.
Yes.
In doing that.
Also, the Lemurian has a quality I notice when I pick them up, and if I'm clear, if I'll pick one up, that it will instantly give me some information. More than any other crystals, it's like, thanks for listening in. I want to tell you this. And you may have some thought about Lemuria or some sort of crystal knowledge that may come through, but they're carriers of information that you can just easily tap into.
Atlantis, think about this, ladies and gents. We used crystals as a crystal Wi-Fi system which spoke crystal to crystal across the planet. Fact. So we're not even there yet in this modern age to begin to understand. They've already done tests on quartz, that a quartz crystal like this big can store like 10 teraflops of information. The amount of information a quartz crystal can store is immense. So as we begin to remember the things we used to understand the importance of crystals, charging crystals, how do you make a crystal generator? We used to run cities off crystals. Why are they still having issues in the Bermuda Triangle right now with underwater pyramids, underwater crystals in the ocean? These facilities, these crystals are still here. The issue is that, can we remember how to use them properly?
And guess what? A lot of us are waking up to this Atlantean knowledge. A lot of us are being called right now to purchase crystals. We're getting information like you should get this crystal, or you can walk into a crystal shop. That one will speak to you. We're all getting back into our crystal know-how. It's like a remembrance when we ran the planet on crystal technology.
Yes, I remember in Lemuria.
When we actually were crystals.
I remember in Lemuria, we would run energy and almost like telephone signals from tree to tree.
I remember riding on a crystal.
We understood zero-point technology, and actually the trees were the antennas. We never had to run power lines or power cables. It was tree to tree.
That's why I always say, hey, we're down here where there's still wires.
Yeah, they're still using wires.
We're still using wires down here. Okay. So this leads us to our Ascended Master of the Day, who is Paul the Venetian.
Paul is awesome.
And Paul was actually a giant crystal master during the Atlantean times.
Yes.
And he is known as, one of his greatest lifetimes was as Paul Veronese, the Italian painter. And he was in charge of the culture of beauty on this planet. And he still runs that office. So he's in charge of beauty and truth.
Yes.
And he brings with him a high-level aesthetic to things. You can call on Paul. You're working on something. You're designing something. Doesn't matter. You want to bring in this high aesthetic level. Paul can come in your dream time and help you assist. All of a sudden, you'll have an idea. If you ask him to help, he will infuse your creation with more beauty.
Right.
Yes.
Everything always encourages more beauty. I love that.
Yes.
Symmetry.
And you can also go look him up. He's one of the few Ascended Masters you can look up. You can go see the lifetime of Paolo Veronese. Back in the Renaissance time, look at some of his paintings. He did paintings of Christ. He infused them with this energy. Quite a master. Quite a very great embodiment of refinement.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So that's our show tonight.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We thank you from the bottom of our passionate heart into yours.
And it's been an absolute pleasure, but do us a favor out there.
Never stop being awesome.
Love you guys so much. See you next time. Peace from Evolve Studios in LA.
Thank you.